to the slide version, right? So this is what you do to take a look at the slide version. So today we are gonna basically look at the forecast for the month of June. Okay, now officially, this is Chinese calendar. Officially, the month of June, which is the month of horse, begin on the 5th of June, right? So it's not right now. So please don't use the what you call the English calendar, right? So we all have a lot of different calendar systems that run. So we are using a solar calendar. The solar calendar transition on 5th of June. So it's valid from 5th of June until 6th of July. Right? So this is what we're going to do. So this is the wooden horse, or what we call Jia Wu month, right? So it's a horse month. Wooden horse Jia is wood, and then this is called wooden horse month, Jia Wu month, right? So it's about center point of the calendar system, right? So if you have not printed your BaZi chart before, this is where you go to get your BaZi chart printed, right? So joeyyap.com /BaZi chart, right? So you can get your BaZi chart printed from this particular way. So you need your BaZi chart to be printed if you are not familiar with BaZi. So I don't use the animal sign, okay? Right, so a lot of people who does forecast will tell you, about your animal sign, but I don't. I use your day master as the basis of the forecast. So the day master is a little bit more customized than the animal sign, right? So which is the day master? That is the guy called the day master. So it's the top portion on the what we call heavenly stem. The portion that is on top there on the highlighted column, there will be 10 different versions, and I will be going through all the 10 different versions. So you will definitely be one of the version available. So that's why we need your BaZi chart to be printed so that you are familiar with this. All right. So knowing that, we're gonna begin talking about all the 10-day master today. Right, so we'll go through each and every one of them. Day after I finish all the 10-day master, then we can answer some Q&A, right? So for you to ask some Q&A, right? So what you want to do is that you want to switch your chat mode to question mode, which will show up red color on my screen, so that I know that you are asking a question, right? So then I can basically give you some answer on what do you need to look for this particular month, right? So easier for you, right? So let's go on. So the big brother is always the Jia, so which is the Yang Wood version. So Jia is called Yang Wood. That's the one that you can take a look right there, right? So Jia, if you take a look at the entire situation, this month is Jia Wu, right? So the Jia, when they see the Jia Wu itself, it translates to what we call a friend star. Right, so and then the Wu is basically the hurting officer. So you have the friend star sitting on the hurting officer. So this is the translation. So that's why every single day master would have a very different translation table. Right, so every time when you see the friend star, it always suggests working together. Okay, so we suggest. So this is the month whereby it is good for you to band together. For you to basically work together with people, and then the hurting officer has a lot to do with your ability to pull in attention. So this one is very easy for you to pull in attention. So you can do a few things with the attention. Of course, you can hog the limelight if you want to. Right? So, but my suggestion for you, since the friend star is there, right? So you might want to, what you call be famous together. So this is a good month for you to do things like collaborative effort. So lift your friend up a little bit more. So that's why, you might want to highlight if you have a team, that's basically your buddy there, right? So you might want to bring your team up together with you when you are being highlighted. So when the fame come to you, that time you want everybody to basically go up. So hurting officer is also the argument star. Just put it in a way, right? Hurting officer like to talk. They like to argue, they like to do, try not to fight with people. So again, your friends start there, some might be jealous, some might be there. You might feel unfair or this or that, so you might go against something, right? So there's going to be chances of having a little bit of an argument between people this particular month, right? So since you are having the attention, you're having the light, right? So please share a little bit with your friend. It's okay, right? So, they have helped you a lot. They have contributed. So who helped you. Right, you definitely understand which are the people who has been together with you in the journey, that they are able to, basically help you up to the current position that you have right now, right? So all the, fame and also attention that coming to you is because of certain things that they have done. Correct or not, right? So share your you know, credit with them. So you also have the benefit of, you know, if anything goes south. So at least you've got a bunch of buddy to go south together with you. Right, so share any credit that you get this particular month. Don't be shy, you know. So credits are not money, right? Just share it with people. Right, so if you take a look at Yeatwood, right? So Yeatwood, if you you know, have a take a look at now, Yeatwood is basically going to meet with what we call a Rockwell star. So Jiawood is going to be translated into a Rockwell star. It's going to be sitting on eating God. Right, so now eating God is always the idea stuff, right? So now in actual sense, this particular month, it looked like people are coming to steal your idea. That's what it looked like, okay? Right, because rock wealth has a lot of negative connotation of stealing your idea. Here's the thing, right? Why people can steal your idea is because you keep your idea together with you and you're not doing any hell things with it. That's the only reason why people seems to be stealing your idea. You have an idea, but you are keeping it together. You know, I've seen a lot of people, right? When they go for, let's say, idea pitching. I don't know whether, you know, it's something that you do or not. No, there's a lot of company, a lot of people in the individual right now. You know, they go for things like, have you seen things like Shark Tank? Right, so they go and pitch their business idea to people. Right? Before pitching the idea, they come and ask the question, what if the other party steal my idea? I tell you, if the other party didn't steal your idea, right? Which means that, you know, your idea is so bad that nobody wants it. Have you ever considered if your idea is so bad, nobody even wants it? If somebody wants to steal your idea, right? Which means your idea is good. You know, instead of people stealing your idea, you might as well just bring out the idea, have a good expectation to work together with people so that your idea can live. And here's the thing, if you really truly is the person who came out with the idea, you'll be able to come out with even better idea. Right? This is how Toyota works, by the way. You know, Toyota is a company that allow competitor to come in to take a look at how they work their entire plant. And, you know, the American who actually came to Toyota asked them, you know, wow, you allow people to come and, you know, video everything. You know, don't you scared that people will steal your idea? You know, it's no problem. You know, by the time you copy my idea, I would have a new idea come out already. That is the true arts of a person who has idea. The person who has idea actually is not worried of people stealing their idea. What they want to do is throw the idea out into the open. Let the idea live. Once you see that there's sufficient proof that this idea is usable, now it's time for you to bring out the upgrade version of the idea. And then you crush the old idea. Very simple only. So again, if you are the one who came up with the idea, you should be able to come up with a better idea because you know the mechanism behind it. Right? So that's what you want to do, right? So, you know, don't be too aggressive, right? So Rockwells tend to be aggressive because of the competitive spirit, right? Try not to be too overly aggressive. And because of what, right? So you know that the year, basically this year is the sin Chou, right? The sin is the 7 killing. You already have a natural aggression this year. So try to be careful of it. Not to be overly aggressive, no. Try to practice as a loss leader. Give first. Right? So now the entire idea, you're not losing everything. Let me just explain to you, right? If your idea is good, right? If somebody tries to steal it, it proves that your idea is brilliant. Right? Just one point you get that you really have a brilliant idea. Let the idea go out and live. If the idea survives, which means it's proven, track record that the idea is great, now it's time for you to take out the second version, the upgrade version, the better version of your first idea and crush the first idea. That's it. Right? The person who steals your idea cannot do much because, you know, it's not their brain anyway, it's your brain. Right? So do that. That's basically your Yeatwood for this particular month. Right? Be a bit more generous, you know, in terms of, you know, throwing out the idea. Just remember, right? Idea kept inside your brain is useless. Cool. So Ping. So if you take a look at Ping right now, of course, you know, your Jiawood is basically your resource star, right? Specifically speaking, indirect resource. And then, you know, you have your Ting Fire down at the horse there, which is your competitive, right? So your competitor, Rockwell, right? So just now Rockwell here, right? So now this one, the thing that you want to do is that you want to go and do research, which is what the indirect resource is. Now, indirect resource is always the curious 10 God star, right? So indirect resource like to go and probe, like to go and check, like to go and expand, right? So it's very good. So who should you be probing? Probe your competitor. Spend some time, research your competitor, learn what your competitor is basically doing, right? So of course, you want to go and do some competitive research. Just observe what your competitor is doing. It's a good month for you to go and, you know, try out different stuff, find out about different things, you know. So you always need to keep a tab on your competitor. You know, don't feel shy about the thing. So of course, you know, you also need to be careful. The indirect resource can be a bit lost, right? So the fella is just too busybody. Indirect resource can be very busybody, you know. So you know, the what we call the shiny object syndrome. This is interesting, that is interesting, this one is that's interesting. You're supposed to be interested on the thing that helps you with what you are doing, not go and interesting on things that is completely useless to you, right? So you need to be able to what you call make a judgment on it, right? So you have to learn how to do filtering, right? So the information that you get from your competitor, whether it's useful information, not useful information, right? So now always when you go and learn information, right, it's not about whether the information is right or wrong, right? Never go on a approach whereby you are looking for right and wrong. The approach should be you look at the information, whether the information coming to you is something that you have considered or is it something that you do not know about. Blind spot. You just want to identify blind spot. Whatever information come to you, you should go through the process of asking yourself, hey, whether this is something that, you know, I've considered, but it's not something that I'm concerned about. So you know the information, right? Or is it something that completely foreign to you? Hey, you know, this thing, you know, I've never considered. Right? So if you start to have this, you know, hey, you know, I've never considered it type of situation, you know, it's time for you to start considering. Okay? Detect some blind spot, use your competitor as a mirror, right? So use your competitor as a mirror for the situation, right? So think fire always very, very interesting, right? So now think fire is direct resource, right? So when direct resource basically come in, we always talk about mentor. Direct resource is how a person basically learn deep in terms of the information. So you have a mentor, and then, you know, the horse basically carried another thing fire, which is the friend stuff. So you are able to basically go and find some mentor for yourself, right? So now looking for mentor also, you know, there's an art of doing stuff. Looking for mentor, you need to know what you want to learn first before you start looking for a mentor, right? So again, you know, there's no point going out there, you know, go and ask, you know, oh, I want a mentor, I want a mentor. You absolutely have no idea what you actually want to learn. The mentor cannot teach you things when you do not know what you want to learn. And it's not the mentor task to guess what you want to learn. Just remember that. So which also means that you need to learn how to ask for help, right? So that's what you want to be doing, right? So be careful of casting doubt on yourself, right? So you don't want to cast doubt on yourself on the things that you are basically doing, right? So, you know, so there are going to be people who are really truly there to basically help you, right? So that's why you need to know what help you need, so that when the help is being rendered, the information is given to you, so you know that the information whether is useful or not useful. So it's up to you to basically do your own verification, right? So you do have to go and verify. So which means that you have to know, like, I just give you an example. If let's say that you want to find out about tennis, let's say you want to find out about tennis, would you be going to ask Tiger Woods for advice? Would Tiger Woods become a good mentor if you want to find out about tennis, right? So you know why Tiger Woods play golf, right? So you're not going to ask a golf person about tennis, right? So you need to start with things. Avoid casting doubt. What does that mean? Means that don't doubt. When people come and give you a piece of information, please don't doubt the other person, right? Start with the entire thing first. You know, when you ask for the information, right, is the person a correct person to give you the info or not first, right? You want to learn about tennis, you don't go and ask a golf guy for it. Understand that, right? So that's the part of it that you want to basically take a look if you are think fire. But help is definitely there, right? So a think fire function very well with the help of a mentor, right? So the Jia wood is always a good buddy to the think fire, because think fire, you know, fire need wood to sustain, right? So Jia wood is a big piece of wood that can help a lot in terms of sustaining. Cool, right? So please do that for Think Fire. So Wolf, so if you have Wolf, then you know Wolf is gonna meet with 7 killing. happy, right? So Wolf gonna meet with 7 killing. Wolf do need 7 killing for it to function, you know, because it's just a bit too rigid, the fellow, right? So and of course, you know, you're sitting on your resource star. So fire produce earth. So you're sitting on your resource star. You're sitting on your direct resource, right? So it's good for you to achieve breakthrough this one. 7 killing force you to move, right? So you know, good for you. I think it's time to move, right? So Wolf, right? You've been stagnant for quite a lot of time already. You know, it's time for you to basically go, right? So don't overestimate your rival, right? Do not overestimate your rivals. What you call ability and you know what they are basically doing, right? Get me to become a consultant when we become metaphysics. Right, Raymond, you can do so. Why not? Right, so 7 killing always do first, worry later, right? So worth seriously is basically time to move, right? So it's time to basically do some moving, right? By the way, this year the year pillar is hurting officer for you already. Right? Time to take some, you know, what is called some risk. Hurting officer 7 killing is a very good combination for you to do a bit of a risk taking, right? So with the resource star coming in, you can afford, you know, you can afford the half, you can afford the damage, right? So when you can afford the damage, you know, take a little bit more risk, right? Time to step up, you know, time to, you know, execute the thing that you are trying to do for some time, right? Don't be shy, okay? Enough being shy. Right, so GF meeting with the Jia Wood, right? So that's the direct officer, right? So that's the direct officer. So actually, when GF meets with direct officer, is always talking about restriction. Just remember, a big tree with a lot of root is holding on to the GF, right? So it talk about a lot of restriction, a lot of holding, right? So maintain harmony a bit, right? So because why you need to maintain harmony? So you also have the what you call the indirect resource coming in. So what is the other side? You got your eating god on your year pillar there, right? So you have very good star combined together, and then right now you have the direct authority, direct officer in your hand right now. So what you want to do with all this power and authority and ability to, you know, resolve problem in your hand, you know, try to maintain order like as best as you can, right? So GF love peacefulness, by the way, right? So they are the you know, super Mr. Nice guy in the entire 10 god here, right? They are usually dissipated as a motherly figure, right? So fair, just motherly figure for you for this month, you know, trying to, right? So try to be careful of mistrust between parties, right? So that basically. Right, so you need to be slightly a little bit more careful on that, right? So not really big problem, right? So try to be transparent, right? So when you try to be fair, right, you do need to be a bit more transparent with the things that you are doing, right? So you do have information coming in, which is from the Think Fire, which is indirect resource. Now, just want to be cautioned a bit on indirect resource. Sometimes when you're dealing with indirect resource, which is called the intuition level of you know, information, right? It make it very difficult for the other party to understand what is happening. How do you explain intuition and gut feel to people? So that's why, you know, I want you to practice being transparent with your decision, right? If you have decided to do something, do tell people why does that particular decision come about. Okay? I think it's doable. I'm pretty much quite sure that it is doable. All right, so please do that, right? So this month, there's a lot of people who is looking up on you, looking forward to you to make the right decision, you know, pressuring or not. Yes, it's pressuring, right? So GF don't really like direct officer. Big tree on you, right? So not really too good, right? So Keng Metal, if you take a look now, Keng Metal is basically seeing the wealth star, right? So you can see it's indirect wealth, you know, time to chop the tree, right? So Keng Metal should be quite happy, right? So there's quite a lot of what we call opportunity, you know, low-hanging fruit for the Keng Metal to do that. And at the same time, you know, you also have the direct officer that come from the ting fire, which is hidden inside the horse. Right, so if you take a look at the particular thing, right? So now you got the what you call your direct officer together with your indirect wealth. So it's a good combination. This particularly is a good combination because why? If you take a look at the situation, right? The fire forges the metal, so it becomes a axe to cut the tree. The tree will supply the fuel for the fire to further forge the metal. You can see that this is a very healthy way of creating, is it right? So do need to learn financial management because why? You have a rock wealth in the year. A rock wealth energy usually are pretty bad at financial management. So now that you are making a bit of a money, so you have a bit of a big opportunity coming in, right? So they give you a little bit of a discipline. The direct officer actually give you discipline, right? So right now that Keng metal with a bit of a discipline, time for you to learn a bit financial management, right? You really do not want the rock wealth star, which is coming from the sin metal, the sin chou, to basically spoil your money, right? So, be that, right? So don't try to impress other people, right? So indirect wealth love to impress people. The rock wealth also love to impress people. Right, so right now, you got a bit of an achievement, there's a bit of the money coming in right now. What do you want to do? Right, buy something flashy to show people, yay! Please don't do that. Right, so you want to celebrate your success, just celebrate quietly. Right, so yes, just be quiet, hide the money. Right, especially Keng metal. Keng metal really, sometimes they really doesn't know how to hide money. Okay, so learn how to hide some of the money. You need to, so that the economic condition in the coming half a year is not going to be fun, right? So a lot of people, especially yours in Malaysia, right? So you already know it's not fun really, okay? Right, so don't try it, right? So yes, indirect wealth, both indirect and rock wealth also love to impress people. That's a bit of their characteristic, okay? So sin metal, interesting, right? So sin metal, when it comes, sin metal, see direct wealth, right? So the jiawu is direct. So a lot of people, when they talk about direct wealth, right? Wow, happy. Rich this time, you're going to see direct wealth already. So at the bottom there, they're going to see 7 killing. Right? So, the ting fire coming in is basically 7 killing. So you can see the aggression, right? So the aggressiveness of trying to get the money. But here's the thing, you are a small little knife. You're trying to get the money from the big tree. No matter how aggressive you are, so it's not gonna work. If you do not leverage on other people, right? So here's the thing: the big tree coming, in. So yes, you see big opportunity coming in. Big opportunity is basically coming to you, but you one person cannot get it done. Okay, so you're not strong enough to get it done. So Sin Chou year, you already have friend star right out in the public, right? So they also see the opportunity. So why don't you guys just work together, right? Learn how to work together. Learn how to work together, so that you'll be able to conquer this. So if you play online game, like what I used to do, right? So if you have a boss, big what we call world monster that cannot be take down solo. So what do? You form team, right? You form team, then you go and take down the monster as a team, right? So or you go and form a clan. Go take down the monster as a clan. So this is what you're supposed to do, right? So get people together, get people with the correct skill set together, and tackle the direct wealth as a team. All right. So please do that, right? So about caution of cutting other people off. Now 7 killing. So 7 killing like to attack sin metal, right? So just be careful, when you are doing this, right? So don't because of sometime when the what you call the monster has already been slain already, right? So, and then what happened here is that you kick people out of the team so that they don't get the loot. Yeah, there are people who does that. Right, so you don't know, never play online game long enough before. Same thing, right? So make sure all the tasks is transparent. So when you all come in, agree to tackle a certain task, make sure that everybody know their role. Everybody also know each other role, so that there are no fighting after the task has been done. So you don't want after being done already, then only they start to come in. Oh, I do more, I must share more. I do that fella do less, must share less. All the agreement need to be done before the work. is commence. Simple enough, not very difficult, right? So always don't make things very difficult for the month. So rainwater, personal favorite. Rainwater, personal favorite. So you certainly have a jiawu there, which is your eating god, right? So then also you have the wealth star, which is the direct wealth, right? So eating god, create direct wealth. This is what called the eating god producing wealth pillar structure. So which means that the idea that you come out from the eating god is able to be translated into money, right? So you want to become a thought leader, right? So you want to become a thought leader, you want, so again, right, when we talk about eating god, right, when we talk about idea, right, the entire conceptualization for you to understand is that the idea need to live, right? You cannot lock the idea up and hope that, the idea will become something else for you, right? So that is not a healthy thing for you to do. So release the idea out. Let's see if the idea can, do well or not. Then get ready with the upgrade version. That's always the key. You release enough of the idea so that, it, what we call proof of concept. Right? So proof of concept, right? So if you've done well, it seems to be working. Then, throw out the upgrade version to crush the first version. Right? So it's okay one if you release 2, maybe 3 different versions out, right? So don't feel bad about it, If people pick it up, if people copy it, which means that it's a viable idea. If you put it out, also nobody wants it, right? Right, your idea, is crap to begin with, right? So don't ignore your competition, right? So especially, when you are taking a look at the entire global situation right now, just be careful. Right, so move fast to basically secure your thing. Right? It's actually a wondrous month, right? So with the peach blossom together inside the horse, right? So it's easy. Actually, it's easy for you to raise fund, right? So if you're looking at raising fund, it's actually easy for you to raise fund, right? So because the peach blossom star, help attract people. Right? So if you're thinking of raising fund, you're thinking of putting the idea out, Kickstarter, Indiegogo thing. Right? So I want to put the idea out to see whether, people will support the idea or not, right? So do that, okay? So that's the part that you can basically do a little bit. The last one is basically your Kui water, right? The yin water opportunity, right? So yin water, if you take a look at hurting officer, big hurting officer on top. So always the hurting officer has to do with pulling in, the what you call attention, right? So that basically pull in the attention, and of course, you have your indirect wealth there at the month bottom portion of it, right? So although eating god convert into money, right? So produce wealth, right? Hurting officer also produce wealth, right? So don't get too what you call upset with it. Both of them basically produce wealth. It just produce wealth in a very different manner. This one a bit more noisy. That's all. Right, so you have to learn how to direct the attention. Right, so you need to basically focus point, basically niche the attention down. Try not to lose focus. So here's the thing: Kui water is notorious for losing focus. Right, so why we take a look at losing focus? Sin matter is your indirect resource. Indirect resource coupled with the Kui water natural ability to lose focus. Right, a lot of things come in, a lot of things within. Now, this one is that before you even start anything, right, you might scare yourself to it, right? So you need to learn how to basically redirect attention. If this is what you want to do, you might want to throw something out on the other side. Hey, look over there, understand? Hey, look over there, so that all the rubbish people go over there and they leave you alone, so that you can do whatever that you want to do. Cool, easy, right? I'm sure it's not difficult, right? So you never make things very difficult for yourself, right? So this is all the 10-day master, and that's it for the slide side of it. Let me just go back to the big screen, right? So let me just handle some of the questions that you have, right? So let me see what are the ones that we can take a look at. All right, we need Leong here, right? So Sin Hai Day Master, so Sin Day Master, right? So we got a direct wealth there, right? So Keng Yin Man, sales and marketing manager, how can you motivate team to meet monthly target? So very simple, just make them see the money. That's all I need. You already have a big direct wealth on top there, right? Just make them see that the money, that's all. right? So, you just need to make them see the reward, and then, work to get it done. The reward is, the reward need to be seeable. It's not the, fluffy type of thing, right? So you need to tell them that, this is where we are, this is the target, so if you reach the target, these are the reward that is basically there. It need to be worthwhile, right? Just put it in a way, right? So that is very, very simple. You just need to basically put the cake on the table for them. So Eileen, Ren Day Master with month of Renzi, been going to many interviews. Any luck securing a role? This month is a clash month, right? So you know that, horse and basically, but actually got chance, right? Because the ox is combining with the zi. So you know that the ox is combining with the zi. You need to learn how to use external party to find job, not yourself go and find. So you have to use headhunter. Right? So, but a clash month, I can tell you, even the job come to you, you might not like it, but who cares? Take the job first. Right? You still want to know the job must be within my spec. I like that kind of job, Okay, so don't do those kind of stuff. Right? Use a headhunter help, or use somebody else's help to help you. Right? June. Yeet, you day master. So Yeet is gonna be meet with your Rockwell. Okay. Jimao pillar and Geng Shen Ye pillar. Last month has been a tough month for me, right? So a lot of problem in work. Good. A lot of audit finding and notice that I couldn't concentrate. Okay, for this month, where can I rebuild trust? Right. So Rockwell month, rebuilding trust. A bit difficult. Serious. Rockwell month rebuilding trust a bit difficult. And then on the side 7 killing is basically there. Overall, I can tell you it's going to be a little bit more stressful. Seriously, it's going to be a little bit more stressful in terms of your work, right? So handle it in the way of the things is that, right? So if you got 7 killing, if you got hurting officer out already, right? Before things come out, right, you make it come out first, right? You bring the thing out first, right? Before anything happen, you bring it out first, you highlight the thing first. And then, you ask them, what you want to do, right? So that's what you you ask them what you want to do, right? So Jacqueline, right? I'm reading it as Jacqueline, right? So Geng Metal Day Master with 2 horse in the hour and day pillar. Okay, too many fire got any negative effect? If you got 2 horse, right, in the day pillar and the hour pillar, right? So first thing that you need to handle is your self-sabotage first, right? Horse subjected to self-sabotage, so it's all internal, so you're going to have internal self-sabotage, right? Take care of the family front first, right? So you're going to have a lot of doubt, you're going to have a lot of distrust, you're going to have a lot of regret on things that you are doing, right? So if you are taking a look at the situation, I'll take care of family front first, so that it's not obstructing my work. Right, so next one is Jia Day Master with Geng Horseman. Wow, so many horsemen suddenly. Right, so we'll get new job offer this month. Getting job offer not difficult for Jia. Not difficult or getting job offer, because it's your peach blossom and you are on peach blossom. You'll be able to attract people. So at least you'll be able to shine a little bit better. So again, right, getting a job is one thing. Can you handle the job is another question. Whether the job will actually bring you to the direction that you want to go is another different question. Understand that, right? So getting a job or getting the required attraction is not going to be a problem. Anyhow, it's a peach blossom month and you already have it inside your chart already. Zola, right? Geng Yin, I need to sell and buy property. Sell and buy property, you don't use this method to basically get it done, right? Just remember, right? Selling, buying property, you're not the one selling and buying the property, it's your agent. Okay? All right, so any suggestion? Your Zola, right? So you might want to get achievement consult for that, right? So your question is more achievement question than an actual BaZi question. Right, fellow Ren Waterborn in 1991. Do we see upcoming one good to come out with new fixed income research idea? What is a fixed income? Hold small event to improve personal media franchises, or do we expect a lot more competition this particular month? Right. So again, eating God converting to direct wealth. It's time for you to put out your idea into the market for you to basically see which one works. The idea is that you need to put the idea out into the market to see whether it works or it doesn't work. Like keeping it inside of you doesn't really do so, which means that, you know, just now whatever suggestion that you come up with, just throw it out into the market to see which direction it's going. If it's not going the correct direction after you throw it out, get another idea and throw it. You've got an entire month to throw idea out. Throw all the idea out, you know, to see which one is working. So once you zoom in on the one that's working already, now deploy the actual upgrade version. You should be able to get an upgrade version out. If the idea is originally coming from you, creating an upgrade version should be quite easy. Right, Ron, right? So year pillar is 甲子, okay. Month pillar is 癸酉, day pillar is sin, right? So you got a sin day pillar, right? So you're gonna see a direct wealth there. You know, currently entering Ting Chola pillar, which, Rona, your this particular question, you better go and get a full consult on this, right? So, you know, you cannot be using a month energy to decide big direction. It's a very dangerous thing to do. Why? So next month, you're going to change the thing that you're doing, man. Right? So definitely you're not going to do that, right? Ron, you know, you might just want to, what you call, go and get in contact with the JY team to get a consult. You know, so that you understand your chart a little bit more better. Right? Shalice, Day Master is G, right? So the ever-loving mother, Day Master G. Okay. What should I take notes of my career this particular month? Your career is what? 壬子. 壬子 month career, you know, don't throw tantrum. Anyway, it's a clash, so you know. So anyway, it's a clash. So you know, although the ox would have combined the clash away, right? So it will prevent the clash. But anyhow, you know, it's like, you know, it's like you've gone into an accident whereby the insurance cover a new car for you. It doesn't mean that the accident is not hurtful, right? It do not mean that the accident is basically not hurtful. No, just be careful of it. Should I work towards a promotion? Nah, clash month, no, I won't work towards a promotion, right? So there's going to be opportunity for you to screw up, right? So let's not do that. Right, so definitely you want to use the clash to create a bit of a breakthrough for yourself. Right, clash is always good to do breakthrough. Li Yun, 任务hour. Both Yi you at day, so it's Yi Day Master. Right, yeah, what to take note? Seems like through having punishment. Again, right, so what to take note, you know, just do whatever that was suggested just now for a Yi you, right? So competitive side of it, right? So you want to work with people, just be careful of competition, right? So if you're Yi side, because, you know, anyway, you have a 7 killing this particular year, so you might want to be careful of that. Right, so that particular portion of it, you want to be careful of it. So again, you know, you want to put out some of your idea and see, you know, how people are responding to it. Elizabeth, let me take a look at Elizabeth, right? So Peach Blossom Man, right? So okay, good, Peach Blossom Man. Yinwood, Yinwood daughter, which means is Yeatwood, right? So daughter born in March. Losing fate of having a boyfriend, Okay, right. So why is it so important to have a boyfriend, Elizabeth? Right? Why do you need to measure with someone? Right? There's completely no reason for you to basically do that. Right? No boyfriend won't die one, this one. Right? Please, Elizabeth. Right. So I think first of all, you need to straighten yourself in terms of it. What is the importance of having a boyfriend? You're not in the olden traditional, what you call a society anymore, where women are not allowed to earn a living. Hence, you need a man to feed you. You are not in that sort of society anymore. Right? So if I were you, you know, I would just realign and, you know, get a proper career, make sure that you can take care of yourself. Ask your daughter, make sure to take care of yourself. Boy, you know, poof, right? Don't spend too much time on that. The fella, when the fella time to show up is time to show up. So again, you know, same thing, right? So you might want to get an actual complete reading for your daughter for you to know what basically happened. No, this is a monthly forecast. you would not use a monthly forecast to go and find a lifetime partner. You know how bad it is using the wrong info to do the wrong thing, right? So you might want to do a proper consult. Sheena, let's take a look at Sheena here. Yang water, Ren water, yes, fellow Ren water, how are you doing? Right, so also, wow, you got so many Ren. Man and also Yang fire, okay, Ren Chen also. Important presentation coming up tomorrow for business. How should I handle it? Prepare for it. Right? Prepare for it, that's it only, right? So it's either you are prepared for the presentation or you did not prepare for the presentation. You know, you don't have to worry about this. By the way, you know, presentation is like a 1 hour thingy, right? So this one is more of an achievement question rather than a monthly thingy type of question, right? So, but anyway, you know, eating God is there. I'm sure you got plenty of idea. So, you know, the game plan is the same. Throw the idea out and see which one is working, right? So, you know, that's very simple way for you to do, right? Don't keep idea inside of yourself, right? Yin fire with month of Wu Xu, so you are Ding fire. Year as Bing Chen have been having entrepreneur mentor need to meet this week. Good, right? What to look for at the entrepreneur if he's suitable to maximize the entrepreneur mentor? If he is suitable. Now, when you are dealing with mentor, the question is never whether the mentor is suitable or not. The question is always, are you worthy of the mentor? Now, mentor is not coach. Coach is, you know, you can demand from coach. You can never demand from a mentor, right? Mentor is always somebody. Now, you see, for a person to be mentor, first criteria, the person must have already walked the path that you are going to walk. Right? So again, right, just now, you know, just remember, if you're gonna play tennis, do not go and look for a golf guy. Right? You're gonna play tennis, don't look for a golf guy. Right? So first of all, you know, when you're going to entrepreneurship, if the mentor somebody who has been, you know, probably is a dumb question to ask. Does the mentor actually know how to do business? Right, so that's the question that you basically want to ask, you know. So I know it sounds very dumb question, but you need to take a look, you know. So if you have somebody basically in the fashion industry and the fellow is going to mentor you on F&B, it's not going to work, right? So, you know, that's the part that you want to basically take a look. So if you're looking for a mentor. All right, so Jenny Fu, let's take a look at Jenny Fu here. My BaZi is Snake, okay, Day Master. Snake is not a Day Master, dear. Right, so you don't have a Day Master. Snake is not a Day Master, okay? The Day Master is what on top of the Snake. Right, so you're doing your own business. Does it mean that the next month is under sheep? Next month under sheep month. What are you calling about next month? We are still in the month of Snake, going into the month of Horse. So Snake month is very, very far away, right? So you might want to take a look at the Goat month is quite far away already, you know. So don't worry about that first, Joanne, you know. Next month when the Goat come, only you bother, right? So don't worry, I also have Ox inside my chart, right? So next month is going to be interesting, even for myself, right? Jihai Day Master, you run Shen month, right? Shen. Okay, Shen is quite okay this year. So your Shen is pretty much quite all right. So you guys, you know, if you have followed the annual forecast, Shen is one of the best. So with the Dragon Virtue together, right? We'll be able to convert interviews into confirmed work soon. Shouldn't be much of a problem, right? So, you know, again, that particular month this year. So which one are Jihai? Wow, Jihai, right? So Jihai, you have your direct officer. Yeah, should be okay. No, officer star is good for job. For job, you know, because officer is basically giving you a position, right? So pretty much quite okay this month. Zenaida, right? So Sin Metal born in 8 July, we'll be able to get funding from bank. Sin Metal trying to get funding from bank. Now again, right, depending if you are able to put up a team that that is able to show the bank that, you know, is a workable team, right? So Sin Metal, you need to work with people. So you basically need to work with. If you're going in alone, right, the bank might not be able to, because the bank will, what you call, very difficult for the bank to believe that you are able to take the thing up on your own. So you need to basically go in with a team, right? Gui Day Master with Snake Man. Okay, interesting. We are dealing with a very difficult yin client. How to have a better relation? Millard, there's two things you need to know. First, if you can get the particular client's BaZi chart, that would be good for you to get a consult done. Second thing, this sort of situation, usually we will use Qimeng to solve it, right? Negotiation, Qimeng date selection, trying to find a good date to tackle the entire situation. So if you are able to get the year of birth of that particular fellow, you can already start using Qimeng already. So Qimeng only deal with the year of birth. So if you can get the full BaZi chart, it will be much more interesting to understand what the hell is going on with the other fellow. Right, Mariana, let's take a look at the Mariana, right? So Yinwood, month is Gui and 2 rooster in the day and month, right? So what I expect from work, right? So rooster, horse, nothing much, right? So rooster, horse, nothing much. They don't really interact directly, right? So if you take a look at the particular situation, so you already have a yin, right? So here's the thing, right? You already have a yin inside your month, right? So that's already 7 killing, further amplified by the 7 killing year, right? So please take care of risk related matter. 7 killing is very bad at risk, okay? So just be careful of that, don't go too risky. May, right? So daughter born in, all right, so Keng Chen Nian, Bing Chen Yue, Jiu, right? Ask for career and marriage. So again, May, right? Don't use a month forecast to ask for career and marriage. Better for you to sit down with a consultant and understand your daughter chart fully. Okay, so months are not for you to do big picture planning. What you need, May, is a big picture plan. So you need to do a proper reading. Right, month is just for you to do month related stuff, stuff that you want to basically do that particular month. Right, Paul, your question is a bit long. My team are hosting a major audit in the middle of June. Okay, remotely. What are the way to caution to do? I need to prepare and look out for success. Zero finding. Audit zero finding is not healthy, by the way. Audit zero finding is not really very healthy. Right, so let's take a look at yours, right? So Renzi. Okay, Renzi things. Renzi is year, okay, so Dingwei is month. Or Xinchou is there. Okay, Xinchou, you got your team together, you're basically tackling the entire, what is your month? Month is Dingwei. Wow, your month is clashing. Paul, first thing is that I think you better get the audit done this month. You want to get the audit done this month. You do not want to get the audit done next month. Okay, whatever it is, get the audit done this month. Because next month the clash month come in. So you have a what you call your good month. It's not going to be fun. Next month is grand due. Right, next month is grand due on your month pillar. Right, all eyes is going to be focusing on you. So it's not going to be pleasant. I think the first thing is that you want to get the audit done this month first. That would be the first step for me to do, right? For you to do, right? So actually, don't aim for zero finding. Now, if I were you, right? So I will give some out to the fellow, so that this is to focus them to certain places that you can fix, right? Cannot be a place cannot find or audit finding unless your department is very tiny, right? So Johnson. Water Day Master, any advice for Johnson? Your question is too general. Your question is too general, Johnson. You cannot be answering things like any advice for career and peach blossom, right? Right. So it's already the peach blossom month. Go out and meet more people. Peach blossom is not really too difficult to use. Go out and see more people. No people equal no peach blossom. Very simple. What do you expect? Stay in home and people come and find you, man. No ma. right? So can't really do that, right? So now today when you talk about going out, mean that go and join more Zoom call. There's really a lot of Zoom social meeting nowadays, right? So go and join some of them. Go and join some of the Facebook group. What you call Clubhouse. Clubhouse, a lot of things for you to join. Join, go there, have a talk, chat with people. Right, do all these kind of things, right? So Ron, year pillar is 甲子, right? Month is 癸酉, day pillar is 辛亥, wow, so many sin. Hour pillar is 0. I'm getting a new job offer. Should I change job this month? That one is up to you, right? So of course the question is, why do you want to change job in the first place? You already you're already getting the offer already. If they're offering things that you want, of course go and get it. By the way, it's a direct wealth month. Change, why not? Good, direct wealth month is good. Right? So in terms of changing job, right? First question you should ask yourself: why are you changing job? For fun, right? Let's take a look at that, right? So Jane here, right? So 甲子year, 己巳month, 丙午day. So we got a Bing day there, with a indirect resource. Super combo month for me, right? So super combo, I need to super prioritize and cool with my time. A lot of ways to separate from the shaft, right? So let's take a look at that, right? So 丙午 day master, 己巳month, 自由球, right? So pretty much quite okay. I wouldn't see anything that is overly too big, Si month, snake month, this year snake, okay, pretty much quite well, right? So quite all right. So no need to basically be worried about too much. So horse, you can use the peach blossom, right? So go out and attract some attention. Jade, let's take a look at Jade here, right? So send out a few job applications for me to get this month Sin Day Master. So again, I seen you now. Sin Day Master, like how also you need to basically use leveraging power, right? So again, right, you have the direct wealth this month. When we talk about having the direct, there are going to be work given to you, okay? But you do need people to basically assist you, right? So how's your recommendation, right? So referral recommendation, So when you go for interview that time, you would need to put in reference. What's your reference? If I were you right now, I would call up some of my friends and tell them that, hey, you know what? I got this particular job that I'm, looking for right now. I need you to become my reference. And, you can go for the extreme of doing this, as in, this is the speech I want you to read when the fella calls you. This is called working together, guys. Right? That is basically called working together. Right? So that's part of it that you want to do. May, let's take a look at it. Two job interview, right? So May, 2 job interview, would it be a bit too little? Right? So GU, this particular month, officer. So again, both officer and wealth are basically quite synonymous with employment. Officer is basically given authority, so that has a lot to do with getting a job. Wealth star has a lot of giving responsibility, work to do, that has a lot to do with job, right? So these 2 stars, usually if you're asking for job related matter, pretty okay, right? So you take a look. She month, quite okay lah. Yin Wu Shi is combined, can, right? So Yin Wu Shi is basically a combined thing, right? So but really seriously, right? So you're expecting 2 interview. How about 20 lah? Right? Really, 2 interview? No. Right, Denise here, day is Wu Zi, right? So, now finally we got a Wu here. Month is Xing Mao, okay? Year is Xing Yu. I've been planning to start an FMCG business for month. Okay, understand that June should be a breakthrough month for Yang of that. So yeah, what is the strategy and caution implement idea? Dennis, this one require a bigger consultation to do. But you do have a 7 killing, you know, if you want to get it kickstart, right? So without knowing your business model, what you're trying to do, you know, what is your funding situation, who are you going to be working, you know, because FMCG is a very sunk cost heavy industry, right? So if you screw up, FMCG, a lot of machinery, okay? Would it be a bit dangerous? I don't know. So, you know, we need to know a little bit more about your business. You might want to, you know, get a bit of a more fuller consult and take a look at achievement as well at the same time. Right, so I am worried in FMCG because FMCG is very sunk cost driven, a lot of hardware. Okay. Shen Lin, right? So should be the last one already. Ren Zidian Master, yes, fellow Ren. Yin Fire Rabbit, just promoted, congratulations. Smooth go and progress in the work in June. I am guessing that the Yin Fire Rabbit is basically your month. I'm guessing that is your month. That's basically your guessing, right? So should be pretty much quite okay lah. Rabbit and the horse, you know, doesn't really make good friend, but pretty much all right. Neutral lah, I would call that. I would basically call them neutral type of situation. So pretty much okay, you know. So if you're promoted already, you know, congratulations, right? So don't feel too bad about the situation. Okay. Right. So Usha, right, got additional information, right? So the mentor is successful entrepreneur and he want a mentorship me. Good, right? So Yin Fire with Man Wu Shi. So I'm assuming this is your mentor, Yin Fire. Oh, Yin Fire. No, this is you. I've been having an entrepreneurship mentor need to meet this week, right? So what to look for at the entrepreneur if it's suitable to maximize the entrepreneurship ambition. Just so again, right, unless you have the further puzzle chart, you know, that's something that you need to basically look for, right? So your question also is a little bit leaning on the achievement side, but definitely you need to find a mentor, right? So this month, you know, so here's the thing, right? Try not to refuse help from people, okay? Right, so if you got 2 job offer, you know, pity those fellow who got no job. May, your problem is not a problem. Could you pity those fellow who doesn't have a job and you got 2 jobs? You know, you remind me of a friend that, you know, who came and told me that, you know, yeah, there's actually 3 big company making offer to me right now. It's like, I don't know which one to take. You know, it's like you want to choke the fella. You want to basically choke the fella. All right, guys. That's it. That's all the fun I can give you for today. Right, make sure everybody do well. You know, make sure everybody stay home, stay safe. Right. So, guys, this month is gonna be, you know, next month is gonna be a peach blossom month, right? Try and use the peach blossom star to expand your network a little. Yes, you know, I understand the peach blossom star usually is used for attract opposite sex. You know, yeah, but it can be used to, you know, what you call build a good foundation of people around you, right? So of course, you know, while you are the most attractive that time, go and look for people, you know, don't look for people when you are not attractive. Cool, guys? Right, so that's it. You know, see you all again next month. So next month is going to be a very crucial turn point month, which is going to be the year breaker, right? So basically next month is the breaker month. So, you know, make sure that you guys come back next month, you know, for next month stuff. See you guys. Bye-bye.